Welcome everyone into episode 3 of What's Your Take? My name is Jordan Kenchen.
And I'm Crystal Love.
Thank you. She's a wonderful co-host. I couldn't have a better one to be able to do this with, honestly. Episode 2 went so well that we went completely overboard with time.
Yes.
A 2.5-hour episode is available on YouTube. Did you check it out?
I watched it.
Ooh, spicy.
Debate.
They came for you in those comments in the clips. Did you see that?
Did they?
Oh, they was coming for you heavy, girl. They was coming for you.
And the comments are the clips on where?
On YouTube.
On YouTube. Okay, I gotta check it out. I ain't looked at the comments.
At your neck.
They can't be in my neck because I guess it's the poodles.
The poodles.
The poodles are mad.
The poodle gang, we are joining up and we are sick and tired of it. That's what it looks like.
And then you know what? Well, you just remind me that I gotta make a video after this to say, like, we calling all the baddie mans, all the men that wanna be soft life, baddies, don't wanna be masculine anymore. Just be a poodle. You're a poodle. It's okay.
Poodles live great lives.
You're a poodle.
People love their poodles.
Exactly. You want to be a trophy? Be a little poodle. You're not a big dog.
They get maintained well. You ain't got to deal with all that extra stuff. You eat
That's
good.
exactly like y'all want.
Whew. Sounds like the life to me.
Little poodle. I knew y'all liked it.
So, today on episode 3, we have some really good topics.
Okay. But wait, I think E-Blue came up to that. What you came up to say, E-Blue?
You said we came up to?
First of all, that reparations stuff, right? You said you got your reparations. I was like, I agree with him in a certain like aspect what he was saying. Not the whole thing.
Okay.
But which aspect was you agreeing on?
That y'all do get treated better than us.
Never lied there, King. Never lied there.
I don't think that. I honestly...
They did try to put y'all in charge of us, like, real talk. Like, they gave y'all more stuff than us, right? Like, a little bit. But that don't do nothing to me. Because I run through all that shit. Like, I'm a grown man. I don't play.
I feel like it's... Like, what led to that conversation is I said a woman that left her mama's crib at 19 and a guy that had left their mom crib at 19, they both have the same opportunities to get a place. He said, no, they give women way more opportunities. And I said,
do.
That's
The government gives y'all way more.
A lot of people say the government...
They give y'all way more help than a man. They'll leave a man in the shelter.
So what...
I think men just like how that sound because they see women
like being in the shelter.
No, I think they like how it sound to think that women gets more, but get wick and all, sis. No, but that's if they have a kid. Do you think a woman with no kid is getting wick?
As long as y'all know how to, as long as y'all know how to control y'all mouth and stuff like that, y'all can have a lot of stuff. Like
it doesn't work like
when
that.
When y'all in your attitude and y'all keep like, trying to bicker and all that stuff and fight and feud and all this stuff and fight the system, fight the power and all that, like, it's gonna work against you, but if y'all with it, they gonna be with it with you.
He knew it didn't make any sense.
Just like at work.
Just like at work, let's not bring up work because it honestly is proven that man was making more than women for years. Even
It's
if the
not. It's
woman
not
had
about that.
more.
It's not about that. It's the treatment at work. Little situations at work. Like it's things. I be laughing. Like I just be laughing because I be like, oh, so you think I'm gonna settle because you put me in this predicament? All right, bet. So you think just because you treating that person better, you think I ain't gonna overcome this whole system and all that stuff and overpower this whole thing? You know who I am. You know how I'm built myself. You crazy? Watch this, and I take over.
I'm gonna say this. You can't say black women has received reparations when when y'all say welfare, more white Americans receive welfare than black Americans, and you cannot say something
I ain't gonna
that
say full
every
reparations.
listen to what I'm going to say.
Joining
And just like I said, if everybody can receive it, all races can receive it. That's not reparations for what we were talking about. So black women have not received reparations, and
Y'all
black
did.
men have.
Y'all just don't know y'all won.
That's what y'all don't get. Y'all think it's so easy. Do y'all really think it's easy to be a black woman? Do y'all really think it's easy to be a black woman?
It's
Like
not
I really want
easy. It's
to.
just easier to be a black woman than a black man. That's
That's not
all.
true. They
That's
really do
true.
praise. They really do praise black men more than they praise black women.
Who?
When it
People
comes to
praise men more than women, but when it comes to the
Black
blackness,
man. They don't
people
praise us
praise
more than
black
y'all. What are
women
you
over
talking?
black men.
even when it comes down to it, it was a guy on this panel that said, "Well, black men, we are highly recommending in all things. Nobody wants a black woman." Why do you think people have conversation like that? Why they tear down black women and say we're unapproachable, make it seem like we're always have an attitude. You can't like I said the last time we did this. I was speaking with passion, but I know as a black woman, I can barely speak with passion without somebody thinking I'm speaking with aggression. So I always have to watch my tone. I have to watch how I wear my hair. I have to watch how I move in society just because I'm scared of how somebody might take it. Like I said, when it comes down to they saying the woman was kept until they changed it. Black woman never was kept. If you look it up and you can research
That's because
this,
they misled y'all.
black women was working during slavery. They was working after slavery just to keep a living. We always worked, but it's go unknowledged. Just because the other race was kept up and the other race had other
Y'all was
opportunities,
so
we never had the same opportunities. So we always have to fight
okay.
10
First of
times
all,
harder.
y'all wanted to be in so proximity to YT people. Y'all wanted to go to their stores, segregate us, all that. Like y'all was like fighting for that. Like
Why do
right.
you think Malcolm
Y'all
X
wanted to be
said
in their
the
places where we had already built.
so
Um,
what did Malcolm X say?
I had a dream.
What did Malcolm X said about
Oh
black
no,
women?
you said after Martin Luther King.
No, what did Malcolm X say about black women? And this is a person that was fighting for all our rights, and black man rights too. What did this black man said about black women?
Mm, something that's not said today because the way y'all act now is way different than
No.
before freedom fighter days.
You gotta realize just because, and then another thing that Jordan was saying last time, he was bringing up, well, women have it easier because they can get a man, they can sleep with a man, and they can get their biggest pay.
I can.
I cannot stress this enough. Sleeping just because men think that's a prize, that's not a prize. Having to lose your morals or put your self-esteem to the side to get something is not winning. She has to lose her respect and her dignity. That's just like
Most of
saying
y'all don't
somebody
even
on the
gotta do that.
blade. No, listen to me. That's like saying somebody on the blade, oh, she has an advantage because she gets to be on the blade. Y'all could be on the blade too. Y'all got a hold too.
Y'all
Why y'all don't go use that hole?
I didn't even get into
A
my
lot of guys like to use the hole, right? So it's like that's disrespectful in so many ways,
First of all, y'all don't
especially,
even have to sleep with nobody to get their money out their pockets.
and men
Look at
don't have to
TikTok.
either. It's so many men. Oh, if you ain't see how the man be running on this app, please. I know men that make a living for their looks. I know a man on this app right now. We go bow to him. He gonna have unis and everything sent to him. And y'all think men don't have pretty privilege? I don't want to hear it. I'm tired of. Men have pretty
Right.
privilege too. Men have handsome privilege too. Man is out here on this app. Women are, if you just sell a woman a dream, she gonna go for it sometimes. Even if it didn't make sense. Why do you think Nature, I hate bringing it up, but look at prime example, Nature Boy.
Welcome in, welcome in.
Nature Boy. That man didn't have that much money. He had $1, but he had
but
a
he knew
dream
how to
and he was
talk.
masculine and he knew how to talk. Period.
Y'all women love hearing it. Like, y'all love hearing guys talk. Like, y'all fall in love with what y'all hear. Guys fall in love with what we see.
So saying that, this is like
So
I
when you
said.
control that, hold on, let me show you something. When you control that, if you know that's your weakness, and if you know that's how they think about you, right? When you control that, that's when you become powerful. That's why I can say no. I see beautiful women all the time, be like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, nah, no. Sometimes I just say no just to watch them react, to see how they gonna react when I say no.
Yeah. But let's get started into this new episode. I just had to get that off because I just feel like it's
Yeah,
just,
you was all mad and stuff. I
I'm
was
not
like, oh, she
mad.
upset.
I'm not
How her
mad. I'm not
shoulders
mad.
and stuff.
I
She
just
threw the
like when I
chest board to the side.
Welcome in, welcome in.
I'm not mad. Like I said, when I hear things that doesn't make any sense, or people are just going off of a social media narrative, or they saying things to just grab attention because people feed into negativity more than positive. My message is more of, we can look at each other and see that we both had it hard. I can acknowledge that the black man has it hard, but it's
We
some
had way
reason it tends to, like,
man.
some black men don't see that black women had it hard too.
Had it
That's
hard.
the
You
has it
still got
hard.
it hard.
Has it hard. That's what I'm saying. And they don't acknowledge the struggles that black women go through. So to make it seem like we're just pampered princesses and we got all this and we can just use our body and all this extra stuff, let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. And that's when the disconnect comes. That's all I'm saying. It's not even be mad. I'm not mad. I can see what you're doing. I can see what y'all saying. I'm like, dang, y'all really can't see it. It's more of like, dang, this is crazy to me. But it's not like, but let's get to the new topic. Let's get right into it.
Okay, so for the first topic we have, it is, who is the prize in a relationship?
More stuff. Is there something
You
else?
guys don't mind. I would like to start because I need to get in here and interject. I feel like this question really is complex, right? Because there's no really an easy fix to it. I think that this isn't a gender role thing right now, but it should be. So I think that two people, this is just a scenario, two people that are on an equal level, they should love and put each other on a pedestal. In essence, they should be putting each other as a prize. Now, that's not usually the case. Very rarely do you have a relationship of equality. So, what I think, or who I think should be put as the prize, is about two things: money and beauty. And this is where it starts to break down into even more circumstance. So, us men, we really don't have the advantage of utilizing beauty like women. Women are looked onto for their beauty, and to backfire on that, us men, we're looked at as having our value from having a beautiful woman. So, a man is going to receive more praise from having someone that's beautiful while also being the provider versus a woman. She has the advantage of having a man who is more attractive than her, because people care about attraction and beauty in the woman community. So she has the advantage of having a man that's more attractive, who may not make as much money as her, but it's a win-win because she can also have a man who's not attractive as her, who's making more money, and will put her as a prize just for her beauty. So, in totality, I think the man should be considered the prize in a relationship just off the simple fact he has to not only be the provider in a relationship, But also, if he is more attractive, he still brings in some type of value to the woman for being attractive.
Of course, poodle. Of course.
Call it what you
Uh,
want. Your thoughts?
I feel like when you have to put it in a way of like one or the other has to be the prize, of course you're going to get these type of conversations. Of course you can go back and forth because you're making it seem like one person is less than the other. I really don't feel like it should be one person is less than the other. Even if I feel like I'm the prize, I would want to be with a man that know he's the prize too, because that shows me that he has something to bring into my life. And that don't always have to be money. That could be him teaching me something. That could be him being just a person to lean on in different things. So in a sense, I really don't want to say, oh, this person is more than the other. But if I have to pick, I'm going to say women just because it's deeper. No. Listen to me. It's deeper than the money, the looks, and everything. I feel like he based it off nothing but superficial things. And that's what's wrong with society and why things are feeling now. I feel like the only reason I would put the woman a little bit over the man is because she do have to like bear children and other things. So if we're talking about growing a family and what's going to be that main puzzle for you to grow that family, you have to look at who's going to do the work of bringing in your children to grow your legacy. So it's deeper than just the surface level stuff.
Anyone can have kids though, but it takes a
But
leader
we're
to
talking
lead a
about a
family.
real relationship. We're talking about something. See, when you look at a relationship as just something, then you don't need to be in a relationship. When you look at a marriage and a relationship as something important that's going to help you thrive in life and push for your legacy and something bigger, that's when you start to look at it as like, you know what, she is the prize because she's going to help me push my legacy, my last name, and other things
My
forward.
legacy, my last name.
That's what I said.
Yeah, no, I'm repeating that. You said my legacy
But
and
it don't
my
have to
last
be your
name.
last name. But I'm saying if you want to do that, she can do that. Some women don't even give the man's last name. But like I said, she's literally helping push forward that. So when you take money off the table, it's like if you only leading with money and you only talking about money, what does she make more? So if that's the case, if it's all about money, then whoever is making more money is the prize.
But women who make more money tend to have a man who's more attractive.
Yeah, but it's in a sense, a woman that make more money don't always go for the most attractive men too. Sometimes some women go for character. Some women go for funny personality and just who
Speaking
he
in
is as a
general
person.
here.
yeah.
We speaking, and that's not
And
to
if you
say.
ever see it, most attractive women be going for like funny looking guys, and
Yeah,
it's
but they
more
have
because
money in
They
that
got
sense.
money though.
they don't
They
always
be
got money. They
they,
don't
they be
always
they
have
be
money.
they be with a ugly guy with money.
Not all the time.
Again, the man is bringing in the value regardless.
Yeah, he got
But
money.
you don't hear, oh, I like
He never
funny
said I want
looking
that ugly
guys.
guy because I like him because he's so nice. He's so ugly and broke. I love his ugly broke ass. Oh my god, he the prize in my life. I'll never leave him.
Like I
They never
said,
say that.
some guys that's ugly that is not I'm not even gonna say ugly because I don't like even using that word. Some guys that are
Hideous.
not the standard of attractiveness in this society or looks a little to where people don't like how they look, they are
Like a monstrosity.
they have personality. They're funny. They're like a good time. Some guys that are a little bit more attractive, they have this poodle mindset, and they also
You and these poodles.
yeah, because that's what these guys be acting like now. They act like little poodles. They just want to be like, I'm the prize, and you should calm
Knowing your
down.
worth, knowing your value, and
It's not about
settling for
knowing your
less.
worth. It's a difference in knowing your worth. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, a guy with real worth knows the importance of having a wife, and a guy with real worth no, don't have to be like, I'm this, I'm this. A lot of guys, when I'm calling them poodles, I really want to call them chihuahuas. Because a lot of these dudes that's talking the most, they're like, "Burp, burp, 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 burp. I'm the prize, I'm the prize. And they be far from the prize. They
In
just
your
bark a lot. They just bark a lot. They just bark a lot. Because the
But-
guy that really have it, bruh, I'm sorry, I'm saying sorry for saying bruh, but you can meet somebody, he could be a millionaire, and you won't even know he a millionaire. You can meet somebody that have it all together, have the portfolio, have everything, and they move a certain way. They move like
I don't
they
know.
know
those
they
people.
got it. They don't have to be like, oh,
I don't
I'm
see
this,
those
I'm
people.
that.
I know the millionaires that I talk to and see and we interact. That is not the case. Especially for black people, that is not the case. We are the most superficial people out of any race. Now, other races, you may find more of that. But black people, it's as shallow as it comes. And the truth is, I'm not making these rules that I'm talking about here.
The thing
You
is,
women
black
made
people
them.
fall. Black
That's who
people
made
fall.
this thing.
That's
I
why.
mean,
That's
real
why
shit.
I,
The funny
I do
part.
Black
things
people
different.
fall for the okie doke so much. Black
That's
people
why I
fall for
do
the okie
things
doke.
different.
That's why you can fake a lifestyle and people be like, he a millionaire. I know. I see all this stuff. I saw his car. He in debt.
I mean,
Trying
so
to
is
get
Donald
this
Never
Trump.
tell a
in that.
woman. Never tell a woman everything. Never introduce a woman to a lifestyle you can't maintain.
That's
Matter
what I'm
of fact,
saying.
don't
They be in
even
debt.
tell
Hold
her.
on, hold on, guy. Never. Wait a second. What does that have to do with anything?
I'm
Meaning
just saying.
like a lot. Like you said, they be pump faking. A lot of these people that
They
you
don't
think
pump
got
fake.
it, they be pump faking. They got it. They act like they got it, but they don't be having it.
Cause she gonna
Especially when
keep
they show it
So
asking
off.
you
you.
think if I got it, I'm entitled to show you that I got it? What if I don't
Exactly.
feel like
I
it?
never said that. I never said
It's
that.
just a question. Why do I have to have the entitlement of, oh, just because I did this for you one time, I have to keep doing this for you? When you mad at me, you might stop, you might take something away that's very important to me. Women do it all the time.
You're not
Yo,
So
listening.
why am I as a man
Yeah, I play
entitled to
broke.
keep doing something?
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
I
That
say
has
play
nothing.
broke.
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. You said you going on that whole rebuttal has like made me forget exactly what I was saying. But I did not say what you just said. I didn't say, oh, if you give it, then you have to keep showing. I said a lot of people that act like they have money, a lot of people that act like I live this type of life, that they the ones that go broke fast, and they don't be. Some of them don't have it. They pump fake a lot on this internet. So stop thinking just because you see somebody in a nice car, they got it like that. You don't know if they're in debt or not. That's all I said. It has
So,
nothing to do
This country in
with doing
debt.
for exactly.
basically.
Exactly. We're the biggest pump fakers of them all.
They in good debt or bad debt. Good debt
Well,
is the
that
debt you
is
want to be in.
good anyway. The richest people in the world are in
Yeah,
debt.
in
Let's
debt,
just get that straight.
bankruptcy.
Two things. You said number one to start off, because both of y'all sat up there and said it, talking about you need to be able to maintain don't introduce her something.
No,
you
no,
can't
no. I said
maintain.
don't introduce.
That, number one, was bullshit. And
All
then I'm going to go down very deep into what you just said. So again, why am I entitled if I do have it?
What?
Why do I have
That's
to
what I
make
just
sure
said.
that
See,
you feel comfortable to
literally just keep
know
going.
that I
Keep
have
it
it?
going.
No,
me
let's stay on topic.
personally-
Let's listen. This is where a lot
No.
of
Me personally,
femininity
if you
problems
have it,
come
no.
in that we don't
Listen to what I said. If you have
Here
it,
we go
personally-
again. We're repeating it. I'm gonna have the same thing.
Listen to me. If
Let's
you
go ahead.
have it, I don't care for you to flaunt it. That's why if you have it, I'm not saying flaunt it. We going into this conversation because you said black people are so superficial. I'm glad I just remembered you going on that rant again. Black people are so superficial. They always got to be this, and that. And I said, yeah. And that's why you can't believe everything you see in the black community, because some people are pump faking. That's what I was talking about. I wasn't saying, oh, you got to flaunt and show it. I honestly think the people that flaunt the most don't have it the most.
Is
Because a
that
real
only in the
person,
black community?
not like sometimes in the black community they have it, but some people, some people that you will meet that you don't even know what they have the most stuff. That's all I'm saying. And I'm tired of our community looking at people that flaunt as wealth when it's the people that's moving with strategy and more quiet. They the ones that really got it. I know one guy that come on my panel all the time. He's the most quietest. He just listen. He'll spit gems here and there. He's a millionaire. But you might see his car, you might see his little things, but he's not all out loud about it.
How you find out
He's
he a
not doing
millionaire?
too much because he was sharing ways on. It was talking about growing wealth. You know how in my panel we talk about growing wealth in the community sometimes,
And I was talking
or
about
making
credit
money.
and stuff like that.
Yes, exactly. And he starts saying things of like, no, you shouldn't do that. And this is how I had to lock in. I had to be so solitude for a second to focus on myself to build my wealth and just start educating
But
people
didn't I
because
tell
that's
you
what we
that
do here.
before?
I said that,
And
but I'm
then
saying,
then one of my workers coming in. But like, I'm not going like,
sorry.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Let's be honest.
I'm not
That
going to
didn't do
tell you.
anything.
I'm not going to let you know I got money. I'm going to play broke because when you play broke, she'll show you exactly who she is. People show you who they are. The way they like try to handle you, the way they
Play
think you are.
broke. Play broke. Y'all should start paying broke. And now, and
I do.
honestly, maybe more men should play broke so they can end up stop chasing superficial people, because a lot of dudes leave with their money.
Yeah,
A lot of guys leave with their money and then get mad that women go after their money, but that's all they want to do is leave with their money. Like, hey, just because they know it can get them probably somewhere quicker. Let's talk about it.
Please, let's get realistic here. Here's the realistic aspect of it. People with money don't really care about nobody else's opinion or knowing that they have money, number one. Number two, it really, if you think that me having money and me flaunting it, whether I choose to flaunt it or not, but I'm the type to choose to want to flaunt it. If you think I'm after the type of woman who doesn't care, you must have lost your everlasting mind. And that's where the realistic part, just we're not connecting. You people are talking about people that are more down to earth. And I get that. You have a ton of people here that are like that, are more down to earth.
Money is a
But
tool.
when it comes to money, you're going to be superficial. You're going to be shallow. So, this girl that I'm going after, you know what she likes to see? A person with some money. She wants to see somebody show some money. Why?
It's shit that come with
Because
that.
that's what she likes. What do I like? I like her. Yeah, does she like people for money? Sure. But the attractiveness is there. We're missing the disconnect. Y'all sitting there talking about a fairyland
I'm from
and
the
fairy
streets,
tale.
bruh. Like,
Ain't nobody talking about that.
like I came
Chihuahua.
from the streets. I got
I'm
it from
sorry,
the
I've been
mud.
calling you a poodle this whole time, but it's really Chihuahua energy. Like I said, I'm tired of
oh
guys.
shit, Chihuahua energy.
I'm tired of guys crying about women wanting them for their money. Oh my gosh, she only want me for money. Why do women always idolizing money? That's what y'all want, blah blah. But you always leave with money, and then say
Men with money don't care.
and
That's
say
what
in
I'm
a
trying to
sense,
tell you.
no,
We
no,
don't
no.
care.
Say in a sense. Well, we don't care because we want the women that want our money.
Yeah.
Then stop crying about it. Stop crying
No
about
one's
it.
crying. You see, this
Stop
is where
crying
I'm
about
saying who are the men you're talking to, because those are the ones pump faking. I know where I did to get into myself.
Crying
I
about
knew what it took. I knew the whole time when I was broke how women treated me. And I said to myself, I don't like how women treat me when I'm broke. I don't like how these women are over here. So you know what? I'm going to get some money and I'm going to see what these women are like over here. I'm going to see what this experience is like. And it's completely different. It's not on the same lovey-dovey, let's get deeper into level shit. What am I doing that for? I got this money now. Okay? Let's flaunt it. I know what come with it. Okay?
There you
and
go.
It's a simple
You know what come with
transaction.
it.
It makes everything easier. Y'all the ones complicated.
You gotta
no.
You gotta respect him because he know what come with it.
No, I get it.
So he okay with it because he know
what
what
we
come
talking
with it.
about.
I get it.
But with me,
That's why I said
know
he's
what
not a
come with
poodle.
it.
He's a Chihuahua, because that's not a prize.
So I'm moving different because I know what come with it.
You're not a prize. You just a dude that's using money to get women.
My pool is over here.
What?
Yeah. You cool
You're
with
just
it.
a John. You're just a John.
To you, I don't really care.
It's okay, but that's what you are.
My
Let's
pool
call a spade a
is over
spade.
I'm not going out like that. I'm different.
I'm over in this pool, and maybe he can stay in it. There's a lot of guys who are very comfortable in themselves, and they can stay in this pool of women. That's good. That's good for y'all. That ain't me. And there ain't a lot of other us with money. We
I
saying
get
we want to
some
go
banging
dive in the
women,
deep
bro.
ocean.
What's wrong with?
It's
I
the
don't even
simping
I
want to
want
talk
energy.
about the
India
women I had.
love.
I had
Why not?
superstars, bro. Like,
Simping energy. Simping energy. The simping energy. It's
I want
okay.
India love. I know what she want.
oh nah,
You think
you
I'm
good.
ready to take a regular girl over Ruby Rose? You must have lost your everlasting mind.
You want Ruby?
He's a
You know
simp.
she been with.
He's
Never
a
mind.
simp.
You telling me you know who she been with? You know what that regular girl done been with? And she done did it for free. And she done did it for free.
He's a simp.
You must have lost your everlasting. You
You
can
said
call
that
her whatever
regular
you want
girl.
to. I
No,
call them
I'm
men
not
that want
mad
to
at
sit
it.
up there
I'm
and
not
bow
mad at
down
it.
to the women over here. I call them simps.
No,
Because you
guys.
sitting up here, you going through problems and not having it your way. I got it my way over here. That's
Guys.
what I like.
Who
Yeah,
going
I'm
through
not mad
problems
at
and
That's
it.
not
what we
getting
like.
his way?
I'm
Hold
not mad
on.
at. I'm not mad at it.
Oh,
Guys
I'm
like
not going
him,
through.
keep
Hold on,
keep the keep the emotion going. Keep the
wait. I
emotion
come from
going.
being on MTV and all this
What you
stuff,
talking
bro.
about?
Like I'm a whole different energy. Like what y'all like? What?
No, he just this is the
Oh, you
thing.
talking about the regular ones?
No, he just talk.
Oh, okay.
He's coming towards me
Yeah,
because he's
nah. I'm
saying
protecting my energy because I know what
okay.
I'm from the streets, so I know how to move in front of a room full of vultures. In a room full of vultures, I know how to move.
Yeah,
So I'm
but it's
coming from
different when it, like he said
a different
he
angle.
ain't have it. He ain't have it. So when a guy don't have it and they finally get it, and then he could
Oh
finally
yeah, they
get the
want to
girls
flaunt
that
it
he
and
never
show it
could
off.
get. Yeah, he's
Why
gonna of course
wouldn't
he's gonna
I'm
leave
a
with his
black
pocket.
man? How many of us
Of course
are
he's gonna
born
leave
with
with his
it?
pocket.
What are we even talking about here? How many black men have been born into money? And you sitting up here thinking
It's
I'm not
not a
ready to
lot.
act a fool when I get into some money?
I'm not
You
saying
must have
that.
lost your
I said,
everlasting mind.
I said, of
We must
course.
have lost our
I said, of
everlasting mind.
course. Why once he get the money, he don't know what to do with it, and he's using it to get the girls he never could get before. Of
Why
course.
wouldn't I?
I mean,
I
if
done
he
already
wanted,
had the girls that I didn't had. Why would I not get the girls that I didn't have before?
if he
What
want to
sense
trick
does
No,
off
that
I'm
like
not
make?
mad at
that's
it. I'm not mad at it.
let him,
So
live his
Why
life.
that's
would
what I
I?
said.
Let's do this though.
I get it.
Why
I
would
get
I
it.
do all of this to get here
No, no,
just
no,
to
no,
go back
no.
to the same women who treated me bad when I was broke?
Oh
Why
no,
would I do that?
No, no, no. Listen to me.
you ain't got to date the
I
same women.
understand. Now I understand why you feel like you're the prize. Because the girls you deal with, they only dealing with you for money. So when you dealing with somebody for money, you're gonna take it as a job. You're gonna take it as I'm gonna stroke your ego. I'm gonna make you feel like you the best that ever was. When I know you ain't nothing. And I know you're not him. But you know what? You ready to pay these bills. So yes. You
You
are
know
him. You
why I'm him?
everything.
You know why they're stroking my ego? Because they realize
Because you're
you
paying the
took the
bills.
chance to become
You're
something a
paying the
lot of people
bills.
can't. We keep ignoring the fact every man ain't rich. I don't care
You're
how
paying the
many people come
bills.
on here and sit up there and say, "Oh, I got money. I'm this and the third."
It's
The
just like
truth
kissing
is,
your
the
boss
numbers
ass.
is, it's a small percentage of people, and it's even smaller for black men. So the fact that I sat up there and I did the impossible, you're damn right. I'm gonna think that I'm the prize because I overcame everything that was sent against me. That's why we're the prize. And what women have a problem is you don't understand
You
the
don't
fact
think
that this man had to sit up here and get all the way there, despite women, his black women, going against him and treating him like shit until he got to that point. Now y'all sit up here and think we supposed to sit here and lower our standards because we done sat up here and made ourselves a better man for you. No, I'm going to the person that I couldn't get before because I'm
that's
Exactly.
going to get a
fine.
better
Like I said, we
experience.
all kisses.
Because they're going to stroke my ego
It's
and
like
they're going
kissing
to
your
make me
boss
feel like I'm the
tail.
man that I am.
Yeah, it's like kissing your boss tail. You don't mean it,
Kiss
but
them.
you just don't want to lose your job.
Kiss them.
I
You
never
just don't
had a
want to lose your
problem getting a
job.
woman. Like I never had a problem
Yeah,
getting any
but
woman I
no, see,
wanted.
that's the difference from a
I'm
man
six
that
four.
never had a problem getting money on women and then get money. It's gonna be a different moving. But a
No,
man
it's
that had
not.
problems getting money on
No,
women
it's
and
not.
now he gets some money, now he gotta
I
make all
never.
the women feel like I'm that priority. I'm top tier, less than what they are because they he finally gets to be with the girls he never thought he would be able to talk to before. It's just
Oh,
like,
okay.
yeah, that's just how they gotta move.
Sure.
It's like they
He can
gotta
get on
humble.
here all he
They
wants
gotta
to.
no. It's like they
He's
gotta
not going to
humble.
explain what women did to him. I am. I'm
No, no,
okay
no, no,
with
no.
that. I've gotten. I don't even get into my body count. I've done it with a lot of women, broke and rich. The simple fact is, they treat you different when you got that money.
They
Everyone
do.
does. And we sit up there and ignore
That's why you
that
gotta
fact.
play it
We're
like
being
you broke.
oblivious. That
And
is
you
the
want
point that I'm
someone,
making.
you want
People are
someone
gonna
to
treat
deal
you
with you.
different. I'm sorry.
This is the thing. You want women to deal with you when you have money, and you go after the women that only care about money. So don't complain about it. That's all I'm saying.
I don't.
I'm tired of the dudes like women know it's tricking, and women use the women that you deal with because you choose to deal with those women. But there's a lot of women that's out here that don't use men for their money. It's women out here that will hold a dude down and all types of ish, but we just don't talk about it as much. And she never held you down. She never liked you.
Now my ex was terrible, yeah.
Who doing that?
I'm just saying that's your ex. What I'm saying, if the woman never helped you out, you're not him like you think. I'm just saying. If a woman never held you down, you're not him like you think. I'm just saying. Because you could ask that dude that really is him or really got it like that. He gonna be like, yeah, I done did this with a girl. This girl done paid this, and this girl done. It's dudes like that. I'm not saying that any better than the girls that's doing it, but I'm just saying it's really guys out here that really get it like that when it comes to women.
And
That's
it comes
easy.
with a price. You're speaking black and white. Yes, this girl's gonna quote unquote hold me down, and she's gonna be with me while I'm broke. These guys don't talk about the things that they have to deal with this woman. That she's they're nagging at them. She's
Oh my God.
bitching at them.
If you think it's any
I'm
different than dealing with a man with money, look at you. You think you pay a couple girls' bill, now you him. And you the
They do
superior
be
one,
nagging,
and you the
yeah.
prize, and you just yapping. You better listen to what I say. I don't want to hear you talk back. You're not my dad. Sorry. So
I
if
am.
that's the case, if I have to deal with a
They
dude
do
like this,
feel like that when
if I have
once
to
you put
deal
them
with
to
a dude
where
like this,
they comfortable.
I'd rather struggle on my own than deal with a man that think he's that. When I can deal with somebody that has good integrity, a God-fearing man, a guy that leads with more than just his pockets, a real leader, and I will give him more than I would ever give a man that just want to pay a bill. That's the difference.
I am God fearing.
Evil, please.
But ain't nobody. I'm single though. Like I'm good. I'm happily single, bruh.
Why
See,
are
when
you
you single with
single?
no kids, yo,
Let's get
you can
into this
take over the
actually. Why are
world,
you
yo.
single with no kids?
To take over the world.
Okay, so you don't have no women right now in your life. What's the case?
I got women that work for me.
You have women that
I'm not a
work for
pimp
you.
though.
And how much do you make per year?
I'm broke.
Hey man, but I mean, we don't have to get into all
I
that. The
own a
truth of the
business
matter
though.
is
I own a whole business. I own a whole
that
business.
means that
I teach financial literacy. I got just put it like this. I got over 40,000 customers. I'm not gonna say too much, but yeah, I'll be chilling. But I'm putting it to where, like, you know, I help all my people get their credit scores right. My mother, I help my mother get her credit right because she ain't know nothing about credit and credit literacy and none of that. So I helped her and stuff like that. My work is I helped a lot of people, bro. Like I just be going around helping people chilling and shit like that. Like, you know. Yeah, they invest, but like boom.
I won't use your personal situation. I will just say this. I'm an image consultant and I talk to a lot of guys on the regular, okay? And a lot of guys, all different sorts of incomes coming into me. And I hear a lot about people that are typically under six figures, the problems that they have with the women, and it's always the same problem. Is she right that there's a lot of women that hold a man down? Yeah, to a certain extent. It just comes at a price. What she's mad at is the fact that if a man now has the upper hand to get what he want, oh, well, why you gotta throw it in my face? Well, tell your women.
I don't move like that. Me personally, I don't move
Tell
like
your
that.
women to
I don't
stop
move like
throwing
that.
stuff in a man's face when he down, and maybe we can get somewhere.
That's the thing. This is the thing. Why do men y'all feel less than someone? Y'all feel less than a man when a woman feel like she has the upper hand on you and she talk down on you. but a lot of men talk down on women too. A lot of men know
No,
that
you
some
entitled
women.
to feel how you want to feel.
I'm not for real. I'm saying a lot of men talk down on women too. A lot of women wanted to start working in the first place because men were doing like they felt like they had no control of their own life. So now that women are taking that control back and they can work and they can make that money, yes, you cannot just talk to me any kind of way or treat me any kind of way or feel like you can have your cake and eat it too. And I'm supposed to be like, yeah, yeah, I'll just rather be by myself. I'm gonna be real
That's
with you.
cool. You want to work,
I'd
work.
rather be by
I hear
myself.
a lot of women.
But the crazy part about it is I know I can meet a man out here that makes 6 figures and a really good man, and I don't have to deal with half the stuff
I
that
hear a
I'm
lot.
dealing with somebody that just never had it before.
No
So
way.
now they feel like they could talk to me or try to humble me in some way because they know if they didn't have it, they wouldn't be with me. Because that's what they're doing.
I
That's
hear a
what they're
lot of
doing.
women right now talk about. I hear the opposite of what you saying. I hear a lot of women talk about how they don't want to work and they tired of working
I get it.
and they want somebody to give them a soft life
I get it. But at the end of the
and
day, they don't
help them.
like a
And I'd
lot
be
of.
like, then they be
But
like,
that's
so
the
what's up,
narrative
Blue? I'd be
that
like,
they
oh, I'm
know is gonna
broke.
push
I'm
though. That's
broke.
the narrative.
I do no money. How are you today?
No, I'm saying that's the narrative that is pushed on social media because they know that's what's gonna get traction. But if you talk to a woman that's just looking for a good man and they already have their own and different things, they want a partner to come in and help lighten the load or just be there. But in the same sense, they're not just looking for the person's money. They're not just checking for somebody's money. So it's that narrative that's getting pushed on social media so people can run with it because that's the only thing they want to hear. But they're not listening to the women that's saying, I just want a good man.
You know,
I
we
have
don't
my
care
own
about
money.
y'all money, right?
Exactly. So when a girl
No,
say,
we
I
don't
have
care
my
about
own
y'all
money.
money.
No, listen to me. When a girl finally say, I have my own money, I have my own degrees, I have all of this stuff, we don't care about your money. Men don't
We
care
don't care
about
about
that.
degrees
We
and
don't
none of
care
that.
about none
Like,
of
that's
that.
cool that they taught you how to be a good worker and stuff and follow
But you're not
directions.
listening to what I'm saying. So how can we sit right here? You said don't talk about money, don't leave with money, and then you say I don't care about money. I don't care about your money.
I'm not talking about y'all.
No,
I'm
I'm
not talking.
telling you
No.
what.
Y'all gonna leave with whatever y'all want to leave because y'all every woman. Y'all be like, I'm every woman. It's all in me. I can do whatever I want. I can say whatever I want. We can't
Blue,
tell y'all
let
nothing.
me land. Let me land, Blue. Let me land.
Okay,
Let me
go ahead.
land. Like I said, when it comes down to it, a lot of men like to lead with their money and get mad at women when they interact or they meet the women that they're attracting. And he just said, "Oh, I don't care because that's the women I want." Then don't bring the other women in there because there's a lot of women that out here that really is helping people. There's a lot of women out here that is holding men down. It is a lot of women out here that saying, "I got my own. I'm not looking for that. I'm just looking for a partner. I'm looking for a spouse. I'm looking for somebody that's really gonna just take it serious and be that leader in other ways for me." But y'all don't want to hear that because a lot of guys say, I don't care about your money, I don't care about this. And that's the narrative that's keep getting pushed on social media. So that's why I get in this, I get in these podcasts and we talking and I'm saying like, oh my gosh, if we're gonna have a social media conversation, my brain is rotting. I don't want to hear a social media conversation because I know social media is far from real life. I know social media is just something that's going to make people click. A lot of people say things for clickbaits, but when you think about real life and real situations, that's not how it is. And I think people just like to listen and feel that narrative so they can feel better about whatever they got going on or say that's the reason why things is the way it is in their life. But that's not true. That's not true.
I think social media misled y'all.
Before we go on to another point,
I can't.
I just want to point out that I feel like a lot of women have been done wrong by guys that are broke.
There you
And
go.
so they sit up there and they ask themselves, do I want to cry in a Rolls Royce or a Honda? And honestly, you may be the type, you should cry in a Honda. It pays me no, never mind. But a lot of women are getting sick and tired of holding a man down and being the quote unquote good girl to a man with that's making less money than her. So
I'm
they
gonna be
change
real.
their
I'd
song.
rather cry in a Honda than deal with what's it?
Conceited.
Man, a man that don't even know what a leader looks like, a man that think a leader is being a dictator. I'd rather cry in a Honda any single. I got a Kia. I'd rather cry in a Kia.
You
Well,
ain't
how you
never
I'd
felt
gonna
no
rather
deep
stay
in
in
how you
the
other
gonna say
Kia.
you rather
seats.
I'd
cry in
rather
the
stay in the
key?
Kia and be
Small ass
no.
car.
I'd rather stay in the no. Wait. I'd rather stay in the Kia and cry about how I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do next before I depend on a man that's gonna sit right here and think he's gonna dictate me. And when I said cry, I wasn't even talking. I wasn't talking about another man because at the end of the day, I don't let nobody get my energy. I don't let these dudes get my energy because at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, I'm looking for someone that's God fearing, a good man that knows how to lead. And a
Well,
lot
how
of
you
these
know he
guys
not
just
like that? How you know he just got money? He just went through something. He went through something. Like for us to get money, like he was touching a point. For us to get money, we really got to go through stuff. Like you know what I
I'm
mean?
not saying I'm not
Because
saying
they
all
be
men I'm not
blocking
saying
it.
all men are bad. I'm not saying
I'm
all
about to say because they be
I'm not
blocking
saying all
channels
men
off for
with
us to like
money
really
is
get money.
bad.
So we really gotta like information is powerful and power is priceless, right? So we really gotta absorb that information and utilize that. You see what I'm saying? So when you pull yourself out of something like coming from the streets and stuff, the projects where they put you in like a little maze and they be like giving us the cheat, go find the cheese, whatever. Right? You pull
Y'all
yourself
not
out
listen
like
you're not
you gotta
listening
know
to
that man went through some
I get it.
things.
I get it. I'm
So
not
so
you're
that
not
doesn't
listening to what
stop
I'm
him from
saying.
loving God. That doesn't stop
No,
him from
E,
knowing who
you're not
God
listening.
is.
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying
It's just money.
the men most of the men that's leading with their money, they just want to dictate something. If I know say if a guy has money and he's coming with pure attention, he's not gonna lead with his money. He's not gonna flaunt his money in front of me
I ain't gonna give
like
you a
that.
handshake or
That's what I'm
just a
saying.
hi.
It's not gonna be that. So if I like I've dated several guys with money,
You can tell
wealthy
players
men.
though.
But in the same sense, that don't mean I'm gonna go for it, especially if they're not the person for me. And the second, if I see your car and you like, oh look at my car, and I don't give you the reaction you want, and you try to lead it to something else that's gonna draw my attention to lead towards your money, like, oh, do you like going to Thailand or you like going on trips and saying little things like this or buying expensive things, hoping that's gonna, but you
Damn, they
barely have
offered you in
good
Thailand.
communication skills. You don't treat other people nice. I do watch how men treat other people because if he can treat that person negative, I'm not that far from it. I have all these things where I look at and money is the least of my worries. I'm sorry to say.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
So you would settle for like a walk in the park and stuff like that.
Yeah, I love a good
In
walk.
daytime, yeah,
In
daytime.
daytime. In
Yeah.
daytime.
This
That's funny.
I'm just saying.
conversation,
That's just the truth. That's just the truth. And a lot of men hear that and be like, oh, she never experienced guys with money. She never dated dudes.
Nah, that's
I've
cool.
been there. I've been there. So it's like that's not
It's cheaper to keep her. It's cool.
what? I'm ready to drop you down, E. Because
this
you ready to piss
Um,
me off.
this conversation is gonna lead us actually into our next topic,
Okay.
which are gender roles a thing of the past?
uh-oh.
Let you start.
Um, I think yeah, at this point. But I know the importance of having a man to lead. So I don't feel like it's too much in the past, but the way society is going and how everything is expensive and a lot of people are not
What up, Rain?
making as much. Men, like we talked about last time, women make more money than men. So it's like I I think I hate having conversations about just money and
Uh-oh.
stuff like this because like I said, I work with several families. I see how they move, and this topic is not even a big thing in the other communities. And with a healthy relationship, I know what a healthy relationship looks like. So when you idolize money and you bring it up every single time, and then bring up gender roles, it makes talking about a relationship a joke, a mockery. Social media, because I've seen healthy relationships and healthy marriage, and they work together. They're a team.
Good evening.
They're a team. So if you want to, if it generals mean like somebody has to be over somebody, then yeah, I feel like it's in the past. It's not a thing anymore because I learned and I seen firsthand that the partners and the families that work as a team, the wife and the husband that works as a team, they last longer, they get more in life, and they're successful.
Okay, say if you work and he don't work, right? Would you tell him to go wash them dishes and stuff like that, vacuum that floor
This is the thing.
when you come home?
Yeah.
You expect all that to
But
be
this
taken
this
care
is
of.
the thing. If that's your partner, they're gonna do that regardless. Like my dad had a stroke. So my mom worked. My dad cooked 3 meals a day. My dad cleaned. He did a lot. But that's because he was home. Why not? You're taking care of the kids. You're around the kids. Are you gonna watch your kids starve? Are you gonna watch your house just fall apart? No, you got nothing but time on your hand. But that was he was a different person. You know, some guys would look like, oh, I'm a man. I don't have to do this. So you want her to work and then come home and then take care of all that? Make that make
But you're making it
sense.
about you. It's women out here
I'm
that be
saying,
like, I want to
women out
stay in it.
here, I'm saying, what makes sense? Being a partner, if you can't work no more, why wouldn't you help out and take care of the load at home? That's just common sense. Like, I think it flatters, it
Cause he a
like
house
blows my
husband.
mind.
He just a
No, but listen to me. I think it blows my mind because I feel like that's common sense. Just like if you was working hard and I'm just at home, why wouldn't I take care of the house? Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I do things to make life easy? Especially if you said, hey, well, can you watch this for me? Can you do this?
you
Why
do if
wouldn't
you want
I?
an allowance. I tell you that.
What? What? How you feel? I want to hear how you feel right now.
Oh me?
No, Jordan.
Well, I tell most people, most couples, that they should do what works for them. That is always the easiest answer because everyone's circumstance is different, as you just brought up that example. I will say that I agree to culture playing a huge part into it because most cultures, it is designed for the man to be the leader in their relationship and the women to be more of the support system in, you know, the home and raising the family, things of that nature. They have more traditional values. Now, with black people, here's the problem. My black woman will sit up here and tell me to be a leader, but she doesn't know how to be a follower. And I mentioned this last time because I think it's
Amen.
very important that we understand the importance of having a foundation and support system. These other women in other cultures, they are able to allow their men to lead because they've been always traditioned and kind of conditioned to do so. Black women,
I never
this is
saw
how I
that.
know
You
things
know,
are messed
black
up.
woman.
Because black women have this power dynamic in their head that, oh, I have to be a leader too. I can't let a man be
Yup.
in front of me, but I still want him to be the leader. You're contradicting yourself. So, this is what we need to do to solve this problem. And I challenge my black women to do so. We have to let the ego die. If you want your man to be the provider, if you want your man to be the leader, you have to understand what it takes being that foundation to let him do so. And that's going to take you not wanting to be the leader. That's going to take you trusting in his decisions, trusting in him to be able to lead you in the first place, while also understanding that the role that you have to play is deeper than any other race. You can't just look after the kids. You can't just cook. You can't just clean. All right. So you do have to take on more responsibility while still getting the same credibility, the same acknowledgement. And that is what a lot of black women struggle
What do
with.
you mean? What do you mean? You
Uh
can't
oh.
just cook. You
Uh
can't just
oh.
clean. You
Uh oh.
gotta. What do you mean by that?
Gotta
I want to
simplify it.
know. I want to know about
Great
that.
question,
Then
actually.
you have to do more. What you mean? Because that's what it always feel like. Is that you just
It is.
we just have to do more.
Well, it's on
You
both
wouldn't
of
dare
us.
hear another community
Uh-oh.
of race
It's
of men tell they women they have to do more. But we just love in this community to tell our women that we just
Uh-oh.
have to do more. You're not doing enough. Y'all gotta do this. Y'all gotta do this. It's like, come on. But y'all don't see how black women have it a little bit hard. But it's okay.
I knew that
I'm
was
gonna
coming.
let
can
you
I
finish.
can
Go
I
ahead. Let's go. Yeah, go ahead.
the reason that you and I have to do more, because let's start with this. I also have to do more to get there because these other men are ahead of me as well. They have the advantage to have that position just given to them. So me as a black man, I have to do more to get it. While you as a woman have to do more because you have to help me put in the effort to get there. So because I'm already at a disadvantage economically, you also have to help me economically until I can get there. But
Interesting.
It take two to tango.
it takes two, and then we can get into that point where, all right, I lead now. You can take the back seat and you handle these things. But the problem is that part, you people don't want to do
But no,
more.
no, 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 no.
Look at her face. Look at her
It's not
face.
you. It's not you people. I wanna when you speak, and I mean this with the most respect. That's why I
Yes,
said it's brain rot. Brain rot. When you speak, do you think about what you say before you say it?
of course.
Because
Uh-oh.
what does it mean for a woman to not only you saying basically you gotta go get a job? I heard you. And most women, they want to get a job. Some women don't. They like their career. They want to stay in their career. That's why a lot of women get degrees. So many degrees. You have to get a job. So you said not only do you have to cook, you have to clean, you got to take care of the kids, but you gotta also do more.
Mm.
This is what was the system designed for
No,
it
no,
to
no, no.
be.
Listen to me. Listen to
This
me.
is what you, as women, when you accepted the power dynamic switch and you wanted to be the leader, this
Yep.
is what you did. So
Lou, I'm gonna
now
drop you
the
down. Give me a second.
consequences of that is now, okay, y'all want us to be the leaders again.
So no.
We're gonna need
Listen
some
to me.
help.
You said you want to
Okay.
lead. Women need to follow.
Listening.
No, I'm listening. I'm ready to repeat everything you said. You said you want us to lead. You want to lead. You want women to follow. Black women. But also, you want us to cook, clean, take care of the kids, and also do more. Get a job.
And why did
Not
I say
one.
that you had to do that?
No,
Because
listen
your
to me.
black man has to do more as well. It's a two-person job.
So when she's doing all that, what is the black man doing?
Making the damn impossible. But it just
No.
depends on
I
the
want to know what
circumstance.
the possible is.
I'm
Because if
gonna
you
I'm
don't think
gonna
working, cleaning, cooking, and taking care of kids is not the impossible, I want to know what y'all doing that's the impossible.
I'm gonna explain. And the perfect way to do this, I'm gonna use my own personal experience. So I had a dynamic with a certain person, right? And this is the mother of my child. Now, this is what I mean where we both had to put in the work. To start off our relationship, she was making more than me, right? Was I, still taking care of dinner dates, stuff like that? Yes. But on paper, she was making more than me. I was the one that had a home, okay? So she came into my home. She helped cook. Oh, no, sorry. She helped clean. She couldn't really cook. So cooking was on me. And then she began to help paying the bills. Then we went on to have a child together. And of course, she was the one doing a lot of the child work, but I still had to be there as a father. So although she was changing most of the diapers, I had to pay for my whole what's it called? The baby shower. While she had to, she got up a lot of the nights to hold her. I'm the one making the breakfast in the morning, or if my daughter, she had to go and get different milks, each can costing $70. I'm the one sitting up here getting this stuff, right? I'm laying down a foundation. I then went on to get them to travel outside, see the world, different things of that nature. That played a part in helping them in their own journey doing all of this
Okay,
stuff. And I say this to wrap this point up.
50-50, 100-100. I get
It
it.
wasn't 50-50.
It was 100.
Because although she helped me, number one, become a leader because she eventually stopped working and she would not have to work a day in her life again. And on top of that, I was the one that already had a home. She just added into it. She was a support system. And this is where a lot of women fail to. A lot of people sit up there and look at what she did as 50%. That was not 50%.
I said 100-100. I said, okay, 50-50 or 100-100, or however people want to word it. But at the end of the day, what's different from what I just said? This is, and it's so frustrating because you're saying I'm not listening, but you literally just repeated what I just said, but in a misogynist way. I don't know if you noticed.
Because we're missing the point. Me as a black, you heard everything that she had to do because you're a black woman. You can
No.
But we're denying the fact that
that's why I said 100-100. Because you didn't just work. Number
one, I not only had to go out and make more money to support her and my child.
I'm not.
I also had to.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. When black women speak with aggression, y'all automatically think somebody's being aggressive, but really, I'm literally just trying to make my point across, and he's still not listening to what I'm saying. I said I heard exactly what he said. I heard that not only is he's working and she's working, I'm saying that he also cooked. He said he cooked. He said he also was helping with the baby sometimes. He also was helping with the providing for some of the kids' stuff, all that stuff. So I said, okay, 100-100. That sounds like a partnership to me. And then you said that led to being leadership, so she didn't have to work. And I said, okay. But because I'm trying to say, you know what, that's 100-100, just because I said 100-100, you like, wait, no, we was not equal. Like, what? I don't understand. She put in the effort. Even with you paying the bills right now and you being the provider, y'all still doing 100-100 because she has to show up in other ways. That's the way you're supposed to look at a relationship if you want it to thrive.
She wasn't the leader. That's what I'm not even going into 50-50, 100-100. The point is,
I never said
one
she was
person
the leader.
has to be the support system and one person has to be the leader.
But she understood that the leader.
I had to be the leader. In order to do that, though, she seen the disadvantage that I was at. We both came into the same job, but they hired her at a higher rate than me, even though I was there longer. So she understood the disadvantages that I was at as a black man, but she seen my mentality. She knew that I wanted more and that I could be more and I could be the leader for her. But what I'm telling you is we both had to do more than what was expected of us so that I could be the front man and be the leader. So all I'm telling black women is y'all have to stop thinking with your ego, thinking, oh, well, I did this, that, and the third. Well, why don't I get my credit? It's not about that.
Stop doing that, please. Stop doing that.
The point is
stop
the
making
fact
it
that
a
she
gender war.
never
I
has
hate
to
that.
work again.
Personally, I'm speaking to you, like I said, out of no disrespect. And I feel like every time I say either no disrespect, and even if I lower my tone and talk calmly, I feel either way, like I said, as a black woman, you cannot talk a certain way. You can't say a certain thing. You cannot voice an opinion without people looking at you as aggressive. I'm saying this in the most calmest way. Stop making a gender war. I cannot be part of brain rot, because when we sit right here and don't acknowledge other people's struggles or other things that other people do and make it about like black women need to do this, black men need to do this, it's literally brain rotting because it's putting a wrong message in the community. no, I'm serious. It's putting the wrong message in the community because, like I said, not all men are providing fully for their women. Not all men are full-on leaders. Not all men even know how to lead. And I'm not saying all men don't know how. You hear, I said not all men, meaning like I know it is a handful or it's a good amount of men that do know how to lead. It's a good amount of men that are trying to do the best and it's hard for them. That's me accepting it and that's me acknowledging it. But when you sit right here and generalize and make it seem like it's all black women, that's when it become brain rot. Because you're generalizing to get a reaction instead of realizing that it's not just everybody.
It's not
And
everybody.
and be honest with you, it's not majority because be honest with you, just listen to social media, it's only the people that's loud. The people
No,
that they're pushing the negative message that they're pushing.
no,
Because if that's the case, you literally just said you had a woman that allowed you to lead, supported you, and as soon as you got to a better point in your life, she allows you to still be that full-on leader. But you're the same man that would sit on this platform and make it seem like a woman never helped you. And that's
because
insane.
I never said a woman never helped me, but it's
I'll clip
because
it. I'll
number
clip it.
one,
I'll clip it.
first of all, I'm not even trying to make it a gender war, but we do have to assign gender roles and understand that the woman is asking the man of something and the man is asking the woman of something. That's
Which
the
is
first
understandable.
thing.
Which is understandable. But it's a difference of
And
wording. But that's all.
and secondly, like I don't feel like I'm trying to discredit or devalue black women. I'm not saying that this is not a hard task. I'm not saying that, it's you guys have it just as hard as us when we're talking about trying to get there. All right? Here's the difference though. We have to, as the leader, I still have a lot of things on my plate that you guys won't ever have to really deal with. All right? So not only did I have to do that, but I had to continue that on just to make sure she was straight. Essentially, my whole legacy was on me to become the man that she needed me to be. Did she help me? Yes. And does that foundation matter? Yes. That's where we start to get a difference at. It's not that it doesn't matter. It's just a simple fact that it takes having someone be a leader and someone being a supporter. And even in the situation of her, I dealt with hundreds of women. She is the only woman that was able to do that. She was the only
You
woman
still didn't give her
that
credit.
shut up when I needed to talk and would listen to me. She's the only
Interesting.
woman out of hundreds, maybe thousands of women that I dealt with that was willing to do so. But I'm gonna be honest with you, when she met me, granted, yes, she was making more than me on paper at that job. I already had the vision though. I already had done X, Y, and Z that she deemed as, oh wow, you're doing this stuff. This is why I'm always say men are at a disadvantage. Because no matter what I was doing, all the impossible things that I was doing, this woman came into this job making more than me. So again, I had to work my butt off 10 times harder, not only at that one job that we was at so that I can make more than her. I had to work my ass off 10 times harder at the other stuff that I was doing outside of my job in my other career. I had to work my tail off being a father, and I had to work my tail off learning how to be a provider. That's not to say she did not work her tail off. She did, but I made it easy for her. I had a foundation already set for her to just follow the rules. All it took was a woman to follow the rules. Men, we don't have a rule book. We don't have a guideline.
I want to know what was the foundation that you set for her? What was the foundation?
Having a home,
Okay.
creating a schedule, having an outlet, so a way that, okay, you won't have to be working for long on some shit. So having that outlet for us, along with just giving her like, all right, I'm going to handle this, that, and the third. All I need you to do is handle this. I'm going to get this done. I'm going to get that done. I'm getting everything done for us. I'm just giving her tasks in a sense. That's setting up structure. Before me, she had no structure in her life. That's why, and that's a lot of women without men. They don't have structure in their life. That's not every woman. That's just a lot of women. And this is where gender roles play a part at, because a man that is a leader, why do you want a man that's a leader? To give you structure so that he can give you, okay, I can feel safe. I can feel protected. I can feel like I have someone, if things go wrong or I don't know what's going on, I can have someone that knows these things and get me into the right direction, to lead me to a destination. Y'all want this man, and you don't realize what you're asking them to do. And you sit up there and you say to me, well, how can you discredit everything a woman is doing, but you're sitting up here discrediting everything a man has to do?
No, you didn't hear me discredit one time. I always said some men. That's the thing. That's what I said. It's all about wording. You generalize, I say some men. That's the difference for me and you. You generalize, I said some men. Even when we was having a heated debate the last time, I said, I'm not going to say all black men. I'm going to say just you, because I know this is your opinion. So I'm going to speak directly to you. Because I know some black men that will listen to what you're saying and say, this is nonsense. This does not make sense. And some will agree.
Yeah. Most of them agree.
That's what you think.
That's what I see.
That's what you think.
That's what I see.
And like, even when you was just saying, well, women want to lead this and that, what I heard coming into what you were saying, y'all was partners, and then you got to a point where you start doing better in life because she stuck by your side and held you down. It was so crazy to me because you said no women hold men down. Where are they? And you had a woman to hold you down.
She didn't hold me down.
And you literally voiced.
She didn't hold me down.
No.
I had to get a test for my child to see if she was mine. She did not hold me down. It came with its problems.
So you know what it is? You know what it is? A lot of men have trauma. A lot of men have trauma because I realize with you speak a lot, speaking from trauma.
Which we all have trauma.
And you cannot take yourself out of that. And that's just not a man thing. That's just a human thing. It takes certain people to know how to take themselves out of a situation, look at a situation from all angles and all aspects, and say, you know what? I see where they're coming from. I see where they're coming from. But take leave the bullshit and take what you need to take. And right now, because you have so much trauma and you can relate to the man of somebody's doing something wrong to them, or relate because you had a moment where you feel like someone counted you out and your odds were stacked against you, you're going to make it seem like that's the realistic for everybody. That's what's going on in this world. But a woman could come on here. You, like I said, nobody know what I have went through in my life, and I'm not basing any of my things on what I went on in my life. Because if I did, I would look at everything you're saying and say, that's stupid. I didn't had it so much times harder. I had this going on. Nobody ever came to help me. I'm the person that in my family, man, woman, or female, I'm the leader. I'm the person that everybody turn to. If someone needs money, Crystal, can you please help me? I'm that. I was raised that way. So it's nobody to look to. If I'm down and out, I gotta figure it out. But I know that's not a realistic output to speak on, because a lot of women don't have that experience. So if I'm gonna speak on women, I'm not gonna speak from that aspect as an independent woman that everyone relies on, everyone turns on. I know no one's coming to save me. I know one's going to help me. But I know some women do have people to come and save them. Some women do have that support system. Some women do have a different output on life. So I'm not going to speak in that aspect. But if you want to, that's why I say you cannot bring your trauma and speak on a subject, because it's going to be just bias. And that's what sometimes these answers is giving bias. It's like you're saying your opinion, but your opinion is not making all the way sense.
To you.
No, I understand where you're coming from. I said I understood where you're coming from. But in the same sense, if we're going to talk about just in general, We have to take ourselves out of it.
I agree. I do. I take the consideration of a lot of men, but
It's just red pill. It's just strictly red pill.
to you.
Nothing but red
What
pill.
I like to do is to not let people feel like they're alone. So I use my own situations because I have been there, and I am a person that I share a lot of my life, a lot of my stories in life, so that people can be able to relate. And what I realize when I do my one-on-one coaching is we all have a lot of shared experiences. So just because my situation is tailored to me, Tom and Harry probably have similar stories that I have. Not the same, but similar. So that's why I do what I do, and I use me because I know I'm really just a face. But I'm coming from men all over the world that I talk to.
No, just like you said, you literally said to me, oh, of course you're going to only hear that she had to do this and do that because you're a black woman. Not understanding that I heard everything that you said that you did and said, okay, y'all work together. But you couldn't let me get that out because you just wanted to emphasize that, oh, you just probably another black woman just trying to help be on the black woman's side. And if anybody ever hear anything I say, I make sure women take accountability and make men take accountability. And if you want to be realistic, the way that I grew up and the way that I am as a person and the way my life is structured, how everything is on me, I'm actually more tethered to your side and feeling like no one is coming to help you. No one, everything is on you. You bringing everything to the table and trying to figure it out. I have more of an understanding with you because I know how that feels to be like that in life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more of just to think I'm not understanding you or I don't understand where you're coming from just because I'm a woman. That's kind of crazy. And it felt like you already come into the conversations just thinking that's what it is. So it's like a lot of responding just to respond and rebuttal, then listening what I'm saying is like, well, she kind of get it. Let me kind of understand where she's coming from. Like, you know what? I didn't mean it like that. If I'm generalizing, let me switch it up. Let me change it up. Let me say, you know what? Some women, because it takes a lot to take yourself out of it and realize it's not everybody. Yes, some black people flaunt everything, but not everybody. Lil E Blue, he just said, "Oh, I act like I'm poor." That's him. And you basically told him, well, then you're just one of them grounded people. But these people flaunt, and most people they flaunt it. It's like that's just a simple. That's why I said social media mindset. If we're gonna do something, we gotta make a change. I just can't talk just to talk and hoping that it's gonna get clipped. Because if that's the case, I'm just gonna say the most randomest, dumbest ish just because I know that's what people want to hear. And that's what's wrong with society. That's what's wrong with society. And that's why we went in what we in.
But shout out to Kevin Samuels, Godfather, for creating this lane. And I think that what he created the lane was for like opening up this discussion for people to honestly be realistic. And truth be told, he did it because social media played a huge part in people's real life. And it's nothing, I hope the guy's still on here, he's still watching. There's no disrespect to him. I'm not talking about on social media because most of the millionaires, people that I know, like, I don't just know them from social media. I'm in person. I'm going to Invest Fest, which will be a place where a lot of 6 and 7 figure people are going to be at one time. Most of the people there are flaunting. It is not that I'm trying to sit up here and get a click. I wish I didn't have to do all this. My actual background, I never was one that wanted to flaunt in the first place. But I'm a student of the game. And I've been around a little bit. I've seen a lot of it. I have to generalize because, again, I realize so many people have the same shared experiences simply because of social media. So we both have the same mission in regards to, okay, social media is ruining people's minds. I think that's why this tandem works. But I do understand the fact that most people, they follow their lives based on social media. Most people are pretty shallow. Have I come across some down to earth people? Yeah, I've come across a lot. I've come across people that don't even have social media, that don't even deal with this stuff because they know the negativity that comes with it. But I come across a lot of people. So that's a small percentage of people versus the large percentage that I'm dealing with and talking to and who see me and react to this stuff and who in person they're coming to me, hey, yeah, you know, I'm such and such and such, yeah, I feel this way, da, 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 da. So I'm coming to you as a point to say social media is now in people's real life. These people are not deep thinkers anymore. These people are not thinking beyond it and not letting social media just be social media. This is people's actual life.
I get it, but it's a difference of trying to go with social media and be the change, or just go with everything that's people doing because you know that's what's going to work. And like I said, yes, I was joking and saying, oh, guys are poodles, they're poodles, they're poodles. But in the same sense, if you listen back to what I said, well, actually, guys should think they're the prize. I said, actually, everyone should think they're the prize, because if you're in a relationship with is love and care, you're going to look at your partner, at each other as the prize.
Yeah.
Y'all both is the prize in some way. Y'all both bringing something to that relationship. And if it's a case where you feel like you're just the prize and that person is, then you're not in that relationship and for the right reason. And those are the relationships that usually don't work because they're just in it for certain shallow reasons.
I agree. And I feel like, you know, again, like I said, I tell most people, do what works for you. You know, I try to be as realistic as possible and human as possible with people. But the simple fact is a lot of people, they have this thing called ego. And you bring up being, you know, wanting a godly man. So I'm assuming you're a godly woman. And you know, ego is a sin, one of the 7 deadly sins.
Exactly. So
And
for you to say women need to let go of their ego and black women just need to stop doing this ego, I think is you know it's going to tether to like me just saying, well, black men have ego too. A lot of black men have crazy amount of ego, but then that leads into you think black men have ego. I think black women have ego. We're not getting nowhere. Where's the line? Where to say, you know what? Ego is just bad with anybody. Ego don't get you nowhere in life. Having a big ego or feeling like you're entitled to stuff and not being just a good person all around is not going to get you anywhere. Well, I can't say that because negativity, it do thrive and bad people be having a field day out here. But if we're trying to make a change, people should just let their ego go altogether. Like, and that's why I bring up, yes, if you're going to talk about women tricking, wanting tricks and men tricking and saying, why do women only want men for their money? But in the same sense say, well, I know the women I want and they want money, so I'm going for it. So y'all deal with each other and leave everybody out of it. But don't be the one of the people that say women only want men for their money and then go back and say, shoot, I got this money so I can get the biddies and that's what I'm doing. Okay, if you about it, you that's what you want. Stand on it, but don't cry about it. That's all I have to say. Because if you really want a good, wholesome girl or a good girl out here, you'll find her. So, and you know how men always say women be just picking the wrong man and then be acting like all men ain't. That's what it seems like men are doing right now. They keep picking the same type of girls. They keep picking the wrong girls and then make it seem like all women are like this. When really, you just chose wrong. Shoot, we all do. We all choose wrong. So then we got to look at ourselves and say, what's the lesson that God is trying to show me in this phase in my life, that where I went wrong of when I chose this person? That's what I'm saying.
I don't think that people are necessarily choosing wrong. I just think that we have the wrong expectations for what our reality is. And I only say this to say that I disagree with nobody having an ego, because I think that the leader, in order to lead, I think you should have an ego. And I think that the only reason I put it on the women is because, okay, well, somebody has to be the foundation. Someone has to be the supporter. Someone essentially needs to make the other person feel bigger than
Girly.
themselves. Is it healthy for every relationship? No, not by all means. And I wish I could tell people, both of y'all let your ego just kind of wash away and y'all hold each other up.
I wanna make sure I'm hearing it right. Do you feel like women shouldn't have an ego, but men they should have an ego because they supposed to lead? Is that
Yes,
what you're saying?
yes. Men should have an ego to lead. Now that doesn't mean that you should treat the woman like crap. That doesn't mean that. So I do agree with the point that, just because you have money don't mean you get to just tell a woman X, Y, and Z however you want to tell them. But if you're a leader, I do have to essentially tell a woman what to do in a sense because I'm laying down the steps for us. I'm laying down the blueprint.
If a man is leading with his ego, that's not the man that you need.
I'm
That
not
is
leading you
that's
with my ego. I'm not
But
leading you with my ego.
leading with the ego is nothing but dictatorship. That's why I keep saying
I'm not leading my
a lot of
relationship
men
with
look
my
at being
ego.
a leader as being a dictator, as just telling someone what to do. They don't look at all the aspects of what being a good leader is. And we talked about this last time. I think a lot of men didn't see it growing up. A lot of men don't know what it is, so they just winging it out here. And they thinking from certain clips and hearing the wrong people push that message, oh, that's what it is to be a leader. So once a girl don't listen to something that could be just crazy or them trying to tell them what to do in a way that's not helping them in any kind of way, oh, you don't know how to follow, you don't know how to listen, you don't know how to shut up. First thing, if you're a good leader, you're not going to tell anybody that you're leading to shut up in any kind of way. Like, if you're a good leader, no, listen to me. It's the way you say it. The way you saying shut up, like, it's like, just listen to me. Like, that's just, do you get what I'm saying? It's just, imagine your boss telling you to shut up. Just shut up. Like, I don't want to hear nothing you have to say.
I have.
And how does that make you feel?
Like I should have shut up. Because when you're in rooms with people that's trying to tell you what to do to get you to where you need to be, you shouldn't be doing this. You
Yeah, but
should
it
be
depends
listening.
on what they're telling a person to shut up for. That's what I'm saying.
You just, again, just in my opinion, from my experience, when I'm in a room of people that are leading me somewhere,
Yeah.
they don't usually have to tell me to shut up, but I've been told, like, look, listen, because
Yeah, listen.
I'm sitting up there thinking that I'm knowing what I'm doing and what I'm talking about, but it's a reason I'm coming to this person to lead me. So I should let them talk and I should listen to the things that they're saying because obviously I'm coming to them to lead me for a reason.
Well, I get what you're saying.
And
I get
we
what you're
have
saying.
a problem.
I get what
Sorry.
you're saying. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Like if someone's smarter than you, you don't never want to be the loudest in a room. You always want to be in a room where you can listen and you learn, and hopefully someone can lead you in some type of way. I
You
get that.
know?
I get that. In the same sense, I feel like if you're dealing with somebody and they don't respect what you're saying, they always have a rebuttal to certain things that you say, they don't respect you in a sense of being a leader, then just choose the next one. And I said this last time. Because she don't appreciate you as a man, and more likely she don't feel like you can lead her anywhere. So if she feel like she's smarter than you, then it's either you're gonna look at her as a partner and y'all gonna learn together, or if you want somebody to just learn from you and you don't learn anything from them, then you need to find somebody that's on the lower level than you and don't feel like you're dating down because you choose that's what you want.
But the part of the problem is, again, it took me going through hundreds, again, if not thousands of women to find that one woman who basically put a sacrifice to listen and to be led, right? So again, my problem is a lot of black women also don't know what a leader is, also don't know what it's like to be in the position of being led.
Well,
A
we
lot
talked
of
about
black
this last time too. I feel like if a guy is a leader, for that woman looks as a leader, a woman is just going to naturally lead. So if she respects you and she
we
really,
contradicted. We
no, I'm serious. I'm really, she's going to
contradicted.
let you lead. So that's why I told you to find somebody else that's going to let you lead. Because clearly she don't feel like you could lead her anywhere.
It's
So women,
not. It's
no,
just.
women just need to find the people people just got to find who suits them. Because like I said, I talked to several men. This is not even coming from a woman's aspect. And they said, even when I was going 50-50, even when I was down and out, because of the energy that he gave and him being just that he knew how to lead, the woman just allowed him to lead. She just allowed him to lead. So if you run into a man that said, women just don't allow me to lead, that means you have to look back on what you are doing. I'm sorry to say it like this. That woman is not respecting you as a leader. Because you can meet a guy that's broke as a joke. Like, you got more money in, he not even making six figures, and a woman will allow him to lead. Because the way he presents himself, the way he move, and the way he's talking to her to show that, hey, I got us. So you got to look at it like, wait, why? If you went through hundreds of thousands of women and only one let you lead, you got to start looking like, come on, what am I doing wrong? And I'm not talking about all men, because some men, they haven't went through all those women. And it was just one woman, and she didn't allow him to lead. She ain't the woman for you. She don't respect you. Let it go. But if you got to go through all these women, and it's just like me dating all these men, and they all leave and say I'm crazy, I got to start looking at myself and say, why all these men are saying I'm crazy and I don't listen? Maybe I might be crazy and I just don't listen.
To the reality of the situation, I've been dating since I was 15. So, at that age, number one, none of us know what we're doing. So then you get into the young adult years, 21, 22, stuff like that, where, I started to understand that I do need to get into this role. And again, a lot of women don't understand what it's like to be led. A lot of women at this age are dating older men. So age plays a lot into this factor, but the simple thing is we're avoiding the problem of, okay, we still have to let a man figure out what it is to be a leader. But at the same time, it's on him, because if he not leading me right, then that's his problem. If you just said we holding people accountable, why can't I hold a woman accountable to say, well, you know what? I'm doing everything right. I'm actually paying for what I need to pay for. I'm giving us a plan. I'm setting up everything that we need as a foundation. Not you, but the woman that I'm dealing with so happens to just be hard-headed. So happens to just be, okay, she has no dad in her life. She has no positive male figure in her life to understand what that even looks like. And she only listens to social media. Social media is dictating her way of thinking. We're not holding these women accountable. We're sitting up there saying, oh, if she doesn't allow that man to lead, let's look at the man for not leading.
I didn't say that.
And that's not the case.
I led with, if she's not allowing you to lead and she feel like you can lead her, then you need to leave her.
And then we
she's not
proceeded
the
to
woman
say,
to you.
we
And then I
proceeded to say,
I said, if you went through hundreds of thousands of women and only one woman let you lead and let you be a leader, then you have to start looking at yourself. That's all I said.
I look at the bigger problem. Why do a lot of women not have a provider? Because
Nobody
a lot of
understand what I'm
men
saying.
don't know how to lead. So y'all sit up here and throw that as an issue. More men need to know how to lead. We can acknowledge that is a problem among men. But we can't acknowledge the same side of that maybe a lot of women don't know how to follow. It's an equal problem.
I get that. I'm not saying some women don't know how to follow. I never
So if
said
the
some women don't know how to follow. But all I said,
majority, that's the problem. Majority
and
of
majority, and we
men
can say
don't know how to
majority.
lead.
Exactly. So it's like we're both saying the same thing. So I don't understand what we're getting at here. If I literally just said, if you had hundreds of thousands of women and you telling me all of them didn't know how to follow, I said at some point, and this is with any problem and that someone's going through, you have to start looking at yourself. That's all I said.
You have to start looking at the problem. And I'll explain it like this. In this similar situation, with just different kind of context. In the community, we have a huge drug problem, right?
Yes.
Am I going to say that it is on the individuals that they have a problem? No, it is a problem amongst us as a people that this is a
Yes.
problem. So it's not on to just the person because, oh, I'm experiencing these things, so it's just all on me. I know what trauma I have. I know what my problems are, things of that nature. As a lot of people, as you get older, you start to realize that. I don't think it's always such an individual thing, especially in the black community. My whole thing is just that I'm looking at all of us in a totality. So if we're going to say, again, on one hand, I'm not going to tell a woman who's telling me I've never found any leader in my life and just tell her, well, the problem is just you. No, I'm going to tell her two things that's the problem. One, a lot of men don't know how to lead and they're trying to figure out how to lead. Two, how did you choose to try to follow? Because it's a two-part answer to this problem. It's not just on one or the other. It's not just on the individual problem. This is a collective issue. That's all I'm saying. So it's not just on one person because I know, just like you know, a lot of women who's done right
I feel like
and try to be
I
the
feel like I
right
just said
follower for
that.
somebody.
I feel like I just said that. So I don't. I
But
like.
you go on and say, well, the
But I
problem is
also.
you
But I
if
feel,
you have.
but I also have to. Okay, listen to me. We know the dating pool could be a little not the best right now. The dating pool could be just a little. But in the same sense, if I say all men ain't nothing. These men just ain't nothing. It's hard to find a good man out here. Blah, 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 blah. Go in and act like I'm just attacking men and make it seem like black men. You know what? I'm just going to be done with black men altogether. Because every time I go for a black man, I don't get the thing I want. I don't meet, it's no good black men out here. If I say something like that and say I've dated hundreds and thousands of black men and I haven't found one good black man, maybe one good black man, but still, that didn't work out because he didn't know how to be a leader. None of these black men know how to lead. I think for sure somebody's going to say, you know what? Maybe, Crystal, maybe you don't know how to follow too well. Or maybe it's something that you're doing that you're not finding what you need out here. Maybe you're either going after the same type of man. Maybe it's some trauma that's laying there that's causing certain reactions in the same type of man that you're going for. And maybe it's causing them not to allow them to lead you. But somebody's going to say something about, Crystal, I think you need to look in the mirror. Because if you've been through hundreds of thousands of men and you still haven't found that man to lead you and feel like no man can lead you, then you have to look at yourself.
Or maybe it's a system.
No. I'm realistic. I can say I would never say it's no good men out here. I would never say all men don't know how to lead because I have met some good leaders. I would never say all those things and then say I'm just perfect because I know I'm not perfect. I know certain sense where I did met good leaders, that it didn't work out. Either we wasn't a good fit, or I was in my own little head of not wanting to deal with that person. But that wasn't my person, and maybe he couldn't lead me. But I'm realistic to know and take accountability when it comes down to knowing when I make my errors and what part is my fault. And a lot of people do need to start doing that. Because if we can do that, that's how we make change. That's how we can start having more conversations and say, okay, we talking about it. All right, how we change it? And you know what how it's going to change it? Accountability. People looking in the mirror and say, all right, maybe I don't know how to follow. Maybe I don't know what a leader look like. All right, let me start researching certain things and let me start looking about what in my trauma or things in my life that made it that I don't know how to follow. And how do I work to become a good follower for my person when I do meet him? You can't meet a leader with all boxes checked. Leaders are imperfect. I know that. That's fine. That's fine. I understand that. Oh my gosh. But a lot of like I feel like the fact that I said if you met hundreds of thousands of women and you said none of them let you lead but one, I said time to look in the mirror just a little bit. And that was not coming at you. That was me stating a statement that I would even say to myself.
Well, I'll say this. We ready to get on time here at another 2 hours. Everything is perspective. Everything is perspective. And it's important for people to understand perspective in a sense to where, you know, for this specific example, someone could look and say, that person needs work. And another person can say, well, we need to change the issue as a community. Regardless, it all boils down to social media leading people the wrong way, all in all. And I feel like on either side of it, everyone still has a lot of growing to do. Me personally, I'm perfect, so y'all be safe with that. But let me stop trolling. But
that's all it is.
Seriously, we all got a lot of growing to do, and we should stop using social media to kind of dictate our love life, especially.
Exactly, because it's not real. It's not realistic. And a lot of things on social media is negativity, because negativity is what pushes on social media.
Negativity is what pushes on. I am not the rage bait king, okay? Please stop, all right? I am perfect, though. That ain't a lie.
Whoever said it, they clocked it. The rage bait king for sure.
I'm perfect. I mean, what can I say? It ain't my fault. God left the Leos in charge. That's my ending closer. So,
it all makes sense. It all makes sense.
This has been another great episode of What's Your Take? Episode 3 with my lovely host, Crystal. Crystal, do you have any closing words?
Like you said, stop letting social media control your life. This is not your real life. If you want to really meet someone and you really want to find your person, you got to start working on you and not listening to the big message. Because if you want someone that's going to be 100 with you or whatever you want, you can find it. But you just got to stop going for certain people that you know is looking for certain things. Yes, I do.
And I'm not going to drag it on too long, but I will say this. If you're at least going to go into something, you need to know what you're going into.
Exactly.
So if you know the consequences, if you know what you're ready to deal with, it's better than trying to go in there and expecting something that should be unexpected.
Exactly. And like I was joking with Jordan earlier when I was like, oh, you just tricking. But if you heard what he said, he know he want a certain thing and he know he's using his money to get a certain thing because that's what he's doing it for. Don't be the person that use your money, get mad that you use your money, and then say women only want you for your money, knowing you led with it. If you're going to lead with that money, stand on it. Stand on it.
Please.
Stand on it.
Y'all be getting on my nerves. Y'all make it hard out here for me.
Stand on it.
Dude, how these women coming to me? Oh, well, Oh, is you gonna really spend it? You goddamn right, I'm gonna spend it.
If you're gonna spend it, then spend that. Don't complain. Spend that.
All right, y'all. Good night,
right.
everybody.